Welcome to episode 2 of Dowse Your Way to Psychic Power. Previously, I introduced you to the wonders of the ancient art of dowsing and how it offers a shortcut to developing your full potential as a psychic. And I made it clear that before we can ascend to the summit of psychic power, we have to begin in the foothills, getting a grounding in the dowsing experience. I mentioned that health dowsing is one of the two intangible skills which some specialise in. So let's start with a closer look at that. If you Google health dowsing, there are literally hundreds of sites dealing with the subject. Click through them and you'll rapidly suffer from overwhelm syndrome. I'll try to take you painlessly through the essentials and show you how this gets us nearer to our psychic objective. Firstly, health dowsing can range from simply checking out whether you or a client has an intolerance to a certain kind of food or drink, wheat and grain, shellfish, dairy products, etc., to something far more serious like ascertaining the cause of a life-threatening disease like cancer. Some health dowsers progress naturally to the field of healing. The novice health dowser generally starts with dowsing for a possible mineral deficiency in the daily intake or which health supplements might be beneficial, moving on to food allergies and food intolerances. The health dowser might later progress to deficiencies in a person's energy body. And here is where we seamlessly cross from the physical and tangible to what you might call the spiritual and intangible. I believe that our invisible energy bodies are the key to our physical health. If the energy body's out of kilter, this will reflect in the physical body in the form of anything from mild headaches to cancer. When health dowsers move into this territory, they'll be dealing with chakras, meridians and energy healing, what the skeptic might term mumbo-jumbo. We'll look later in more detail at energy healing, as it could fill several books as a topic in its own right. But at this stage, we just want to get a feel for what dowsing's all about and how it fits into our quest for developing our psychic potential. As I said, health dowsing's where we cross from the tangible to the intangible and to the invisible world around us that we can't see, touch, feel, taste or hear, but is nevertheless a major influence on our lives. There are thousands of health dowsers practicing worldwide, and many are members of the International Association of Health Dowsers. But if health dowsing has moved us into the realm of the unseen, it's the last category of dowsing mentioned earlier, earth energies, in which we boldly go where no one has gone before, to the final frontier, the land of the X-Files. And before you think earth energy dowsers are a small community of woolly hat-wearing weirdos, in actual fact, practitioners can be numbered in their thousands, and they're as normal as you and me. So, what is earth energy dowsing? The short answer is it's using the dowsing tool to communicate with invisible forces around us. These forces can be natural, emanating from the earth or the cosmos, or man-made like microwaves and other electromagnetic frequencies. Earth energies are probably better described as subtle energies, resonances all around us, with which our bodies, minds and emotions interact all day and all night, most of the time without us realising it. These frequencies are capable of enhancing our health and well-being or killing us. Dowsing is a way of detecting and then utilising these emanations, turning them to our benefit. These invisible resonances can also be forces encountered in the realm of the paranormal, like trapped spirits, ghosts, elementals and other entities. Again, if you're sceptical about the existence of such manifestations, Google something like spirits or poltergeist, and you'll find hundreds of stories of how real people like you and me have had their lives blighted by such phenomena. Oh yes, they're real all right, and the psychic dowser can and must protect themselves against it, which we'll talk about later. There, in brief, are the four main areas of dowsing: the tangible ones of water and minerals and archaeology, and the intangible areas of health dowsing and dowsing for earth or subtle energies. But don't worry, you won't need to achieve the expertise of a George Applegate before you graduate to the psychic realm. All we need is to know and understand the basics of the dowsing art, generally, before moving on to use our skills to become intuitives. The UK organisation which deals with all manner of psychic matters is the Society for Psychical Research, or SPR. The SPR, the first learned body of its kind, was founded in London in 1882. Its early membership included a future Prime Minister of England, Arthur Balfour, and there were other prominent figures too. And once again we see not cranks, but people of repute taking a serious interest in the world of the paranormal. The SPR's aim is to learn more about events and abilities commonly described as psychic or paranormal by supporting research, sharing information and encouraging debate. Its membership is worldwide and represents a variety of academic and professional disciplines. Its interests today include telepathy, dreams, hauntings, time travel, mediumship, near-death experiences, after-death communication, possession, reincarnation, UFOs, crop circles and discarnate beings. And we'll see there are many crossovers between dowsing and these paranormal phenomena. And the common denominator that bridges these two fields is our human consciousness. It's when we're in an altered state that we encounter the psychic realm. When dowsers douse, their minds assume an altered state. In fact, the brains of some experienced diviners enter as deep a meditative condition within seconds as that attained by Buddhist monks who've taken years of dedication and discipline to learn the skill. In experiments where dowsers have been hooked up to EEG machines that measure brainwaves, it's been found that the act of dowsing brings the left and the right sides of the brain together in perfect harmony. This is the holy grail for meditators. When their beta, alpha, theta and delta brainwaves synchronize, a portal opens to other worlds. From a scientific point of view, alpha, theta and delta are considered to be altered states frequencies. Children attain this condition naturally, while adults are in beta most of the time because we're preoccupied with the practicalities of life. This is why children take to dowsing so readily. They're not sidetracked and they don't analyse, they just do it. I'm going to go off at a bit of a tangent here, but stick with it because it's all part of the matrix which we as dowsers and psychics are a part of, and the better we understand the underlying science, the more able we'll be to become the best at what we do. Scientists now accept that quantum physics proves that we physically affect the world around us. But the quantum world is Alice in Wonderland stuff. There's no cause and effect, no time as we perceive it, and something can be in two places at once. But weirdly and wonderfully, nothing can happen or come into being in this world without first being brought to life by the human consciousness. Science's shorthand for this phenomena is, quotes, "the observer creates reality." In other words, we're interacting all the time with the forces around us and have the power to shape our destinies if we put our minds to it, literally. Nobody understands it maybe, but thousands of experiments across the decades have now proven the basic tenets of the quantum universe, that in some mysterious way human consciousness conjures up what we see around us. Our daily existence is like pictures on a TV. It's made up of two realities. One is the picture you see in front of you, and the other is the invisible frequencies carrying the picture. Access the frequencies and you change the picture, or our reality. The human consciousness is what connects with the cosmic consciousness, or the Akashic record, or however you want to think of as the universal mind. And the quantum world is what makes it all work. The Nobel Prize-winning American physicist Richard Feynman explained that the mysterious world of quantum mechanics overturns the old, comfortable Newtonian billiard ball universe where everything operates like a clock, with time moving from the past through the present and into the future. In the quantum world, there's no time as we perceive it, and the past is something we can interact with, and something can be in two places at the same time. If the observer really does create reality, the Big Bang wouldn't have happened if someone hadn't thought of it. But they only thought of it because it happened. This is so counterintuitive that even the greatest minds, brains with super IQs, can't make sense of it. Hence a legendary quote from Dr. Feynman. Quotes, "I think I can safely say that nobody understands quantum mechanics." If you want to hear more about the intricacies of the quantum world and its connection with dowsing, I've recorded a bonus episode at the end of these podcasts. But at this point, all we need to know is that the universe is one huge consciousness, and all things are part of that consciousness. Everything resonates with its own individual frequency. Animals, vegetables and minerals have unique resonances, but the universal consciousness links us all together. Our frequencies make up our energy bodies, which are mirrored by the physical body, which we can see. But we're all connected through the universal consciousness. Thus, we can talk to stones, plants, trees, and they can talk to us. All we have to do is listen. The part of our minds that interacts with the unseen world is our intuitive right brain. Technically, the human brain is divided into two halves. The left is the bossy thinker, making day-to-day decisions. The right is the dreamer, in touch with higher realities. From a scientific viewpoint, the mind is split into two very powerful computers. The left brain uses logic, deals with detail and facts rule. It handles language and mathematics and is a hard-nosed realist. The right brain is more artistic. It has hunches and feelings. It looks at the big picture, loves using its imagination, and can make intuitive leaps that the left brain can only dream of. Here's a quote that backs this up. "The intellect has little to do on the road to discovery. There comes a leap in consciousness, call it intuition or what you will, and the solution comes to you, and you don't know why or how." The person who said that was Albert Einstein, arguably the greatest scientific genius of the 20th century. Our right brains are our unsung heroes. While the left brain takes all the credit for managing our lives, it's really the right brain that runs things. From handling the million daily functions that keep us healthy, like digesting our food, pumping our hearts, and keeping our glands working efficiently, it also houses our unconscious mind that runs 90% of our lives. And it's this unconscious mind we need to get to know better if we are to become powerful psychics. Our unconscious is our friend and is there to help us achieve our potential. But unwittingly, it can also be the storehouse of long-forgotten traumas and memories which have an unseen influence on our daily existence. And that's why some adults have deep-seated health issues. Such is the versatility of the psychic world that some of these issues can be healed, and we'll come to more on that later in these podcasts. I hope you're now beginning to see a logical picture emerging, showing the link between dowsing and developing psychic potential. Coming up in episode 3, we look at some of the practicalities of dowsing, getting in the right mental zone, asking the right questions of your dowsing tools, and how to beat the cosmic joker. And don't forget, you can reinforce what you're learning with my book, Douse Your Way to Psychic Power. Check out Anthony Talmage on Amazon or any online retailer. See you at episode 3.